Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? It's your boy Sauce Brady, and it's time for season 2. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the first episode of season 2. As always, I'd like to thank everybody that's been supporting your boy through the ups, downs, the trials, and tribulations. I know I said the episode was finna start in October, but I was watching the interview. Shout out to Good Job First. It's time to put this shit in motion right now. So shout out to what I'm saying, to y'all for supporting your boy. First of all, I gotta apologize for bullshitting on the merch. I bought a press machine. I ain't gonna cap. I bought a press machine. I bought some iron-on cutouts, but I forgot the parchment paper. And I was following the directions on the YouTube video, and nobody mentioned the parchment paper. I put the logo on the heat press, and then I put the logo on the heat press literally, and I sent that shit right the fuck back. So I'm gonna get some professional help on these t-shirts, so y'all bear with me on the merch. Definitely coming. We just recently moved to Florida. We moved back to Orlando. That's the reason why season 1 ended the way it did. But in the process of moving out, had to make a few sacrifices and pretty much got locked out of all my social media pages, so I had to create all new ones. I was able to get into my Twitter account, so that's still @_the_roll-up, but my Instagram is gone. My medium.com/thebeardedblogger, that's also gone as well. So I got the new pages @the_roll-up for Instagram, and then I can't remember the medium one. I have to come back to y'all on that one. But y'all make sure y'all stay tuned on the new socials, because since I lost everything, I gotta start fresh. So it's gonna be a lot of new content, coming y'all way on that one. So y'all just stay tuned on that one. But you know what I'm saying, you already know how I get down. We finna get straight to the entree. Today's quote read: in order to say yes to your priorities, that means you must say no to something else. It's 2021. It's about to be post-pandemic, or it should be post-pandemic anyway. And we had a lot of time, to get our shit together, to get our priority list together. And today's episode is pretty much basically called, get your house in order. Because the pandemic is over. The worst part is behind us now. It's time to put that quarantine. It's time to put that quarantine, mindset in effect. Because everybody was like, oh yeah, I've been in the lab, I've been cooking up, I've been doing this, I've been focusing on me, yada 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 yada. Well, shit, now that all this shit is over, now it's time, to put your money where your mouth is. But if you haven't, taking that time to do so, or you just haven't had time, or you just been too bored, or you just been distracted by some other shit, it's time to get down to business, bro. It's time to get down to business. So first things first, when you think of priority, the definition is it means something that is more important than other things, and that needs to be done or dealt with first. In context, that means taking priority on how to regain control of your life. Now, first off, before I continue, I gotta say, like I've been saying, I'm not perfect, nor do I want to give off the energy that I'm perfect. But just like you, I'm a work in progress. And if you've been building the dream for a long time, but you haven't put that foot forward, and making that shit come true, then it's time that we rearrange our commitments and do so urgently, because our livelihood depends on it. For me, I need to prioritize being a better parent, husband, and human. Becoming a dad has definitely been more challenging, especially with them two being 11 months apart. The last 18 months been crazy, to say the least. And it's all, it's all new to both me and wifey. And we both, taking our turn, learning the necessary parent qualities, you know what I'm saying, that it takes to deal with them as they go through different stages. Because my son recently, he was sick, he was teething all at the same time. So that's all. If you've never seen a teething baby that's sick at the same time, it's not an easy picture to work with. But you know, like she was telling me, and the reason why this podcast episode came to mind is sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I don't have patience. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, with babies, they don't know how to fucking talk. They just know how to cry, and it'd be the smallest thing, like, oh, my neck is itching, but they crying like somebody's trying to take them. But you know, when me prioritizing, you know what I'm saying, my roles, you know, it'll be easier for me, to, you know, delegate that energy, you know what I'm saying, that way I don't feel burnt out when I go do anything else, because I spent it all on them, you know. Prioritize respecting yourself first, you know what I'm saying, and watch the universe show reciprocation by allowing you to meet the person designed to respect you. You know, it's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that see that just see other people, you know what I'm saying, prospering in whatever it is. Maybe it's love, maybe it's career wise, maybe it's you know, whatever the case may be. Like, a lot of people see other people doing other stuff and they want it to happen to them. But when you prioritize respecting yourself first, you know what I'm saying, you allow the universe to show you how you were designed to be treated, and you start cutting off people that don't treat you like that. You start to fucking recognize that everybody don't deserve your energy. You start to understand that everything not worth arguing over. You'll start to understand, you know what I'm saying, the power of peace and silence. Prioritizing spending time with yourself, you know what I'm saying. We had a whole, I don't even know how long it was, you know what I'm saying, because I was working the whole time, but we had a whole pandemic, you know what I'm saying, to be still, you know what I'm saying, spend time with yourself. You know, this pandemic, you know, whether you was at home, whether you was working, you know what I'm saying, whether you was working from the crib, whether you was watching the kids, you know what I'm saying, you had a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, to work on self. And if you haven't, there's no better time, you know what I'm saying, than the present. You can always make your priority list today, you know what I'm saying, to help take care of yourself, because the year not over, you know what I'm saying. We still got 5 months left, you know what I'm saying, to change it, you know. And that's actually, you know, the next segment I was about to get into, you know, is when you think about prioritizing your life, you know what I'm saying, this one mantra that I keep in mind, you know what I'm saying, is, will it matter in the next 5, 10, 15, or 20 years? If not, then fuck it. Meaning, when it comes down to your response to what's going on around you, you know, if it's not beneficial, if it's not going to be beneficial to you, your family, your team, your squad, your situation, you know what I'm saying, it don't need to be entertained, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, we spend a lot of time worrying about shit that don't got nothing to do with us. And, you know, when you prioritize, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in your life, you know what I'm saying, you don't have time to be worrying about, you know, what's going on at such and such's cribs, or doing what such and such is doing. When you take priority, of your thoughts, you make sure there's an adequate gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Although we are not our thoughts, we attach emotion to them. When we latch on to that emotion, to me, that's what triggers, you know what I'm saying, depression and anxiety, because we're too busy worrying about the past, and we're trying to change it, or we're trying to alter the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got another episode coming up soon that's gonna be about Loki. You know what I'm saying? And that whole TVA situation was crazy. I quote it for y'all on that episode. But the way that she described time and how everything, good, bad, up, down, it was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? And the way we react to it, you know what I'm saying, is what helps us get the most out of life. You know, and when you prioritize, you know, what gets your energy, you know what I'm saying, you negate that possibility of your parade being rained on by choosing optimism over pessimism. You know what I'm saying? When you think about all the stuff that's happened to you, you know what I'm saying, it's happened to you for a reason. You know, for example, like my dad left me when my dad left us when I was like 12, 13. I could have easily been one of those cats that's out here like, oh yeah, I don't have a dad, so I'm just gonna be out here wild and fucking it up. And then when I get in trouble for it, oh yeah, I didn't have a dad, so you know, I kind of had a reason to do yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's a good excuse, but that's the excuse they want you to have. That's the excuse that they want you to have. They want you to feel like you have a handicap because you didn't have the certain things that other people have. You didn't have that, like I didn't have that relationship with my dad. You know what I'm saying? But when you prioritize, you know what I'm saying, optimism, you know what I'm saying, seeing the light through the tunnel, you know, you don't allow a situation like that to be an excuse. You know what I'm saying? For me, I seen what a divorce could do to somebody, and I promised myself that I would never let that shit happen again. You know, and I try to keep my woman as happy as possible, doing whatever I gotta do because she's on the top of my priority list. You know what I'm saying? And when you prioritize optimism over pessimism, you begin to see small details that you never noticed before that help enhance the beauty of things around it. You know, and that enhancement comes from being, you know, from gratitude. Kinds of prioritizing. Old habits die. You outgrow your environment, so it's time to roll up to a new one. Like what I did there, I know people will complain that you changed, and like a growing snake, excuse me, you are having an ego death, and you shed the old skin to become the new you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? If your life is cool and you cool with where you at, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to change. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem. There's no problem. You know what I'm saying, with you sticking with what you got, you know what I'm saying, and not trying to grow anymore. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, nobody's perfect. There's always room for error. Every day we can continue to grow and be a better person. When you take priority over your life, you know what I'm saying, you'll realize the people that's meant to be in your life and the people that's not meant to be in your life. The people that's not meant to be in your life, you know what I'm saying, it's only right, you know what I'm saying, that you let go of that excess weight. Because, you know, like that spaceship analogy that I used in season 1, you know what I'm saying, if you take everybody with you, everybody it's not gonna work, because somebody eventually is gonna weigh you down and is gonna stop you from getting to where you want to go. But if you keep doing those routine, you know, spring cleaning, fall cleaning, winter cleaning, you know what I'm saying, you will definitely see the difference by keeping your circle, you know what I'm saying, keeping your circle clean, keeping everybody on point, you know what I'm saying. And also, you know what I'm saying, like I said, people will complain and say that you changed, and it's not because you know what I'm saying, you're trying to do better for yourself. It's because you don't want to do the same shit that they doing. And you know what I'm saying? And some people, they don't know about change. They not familiar with it. So once they see somebody doing something better for themselves, you know what I'm saying, they'll try to knock you for it. Oh, you trying to be better than us, or you trying to do this, or you trying to do that. Fuck all that, man. You don't gotta listen to that. The pros are prioritizing. You know what I'm saying? They keep you focused on what you're working on and not worry about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with other people's campaign and how they moving. You know the saying, you let your food get cold worrying about what's on somebody else's plate. You know what I'm saying? When you prioritize, you only got time to give a fuck about what you got going on, period. If it ain't about what you got going on, then that shit don't even matter at all. When you prioritize, you know what I'm saying, you see life through the lens of gratitude. And by that, I mean, when you start focusing on yourself and you start focusing on the things around you, you start to notice like little details on the side of buildings that you didn't even pay attention to because you was distracted, worried about everything else. You'll notice that little patch of flowers in your driveway that's the only green grass there. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the grass may look crazy, but you know, you start to pay attention to those little small details, and that may spark change to where that one little patch of flower, you can turn that whole section into a flower garden, or you can do whatever you want to. When you prioritize yourself, what I'm saying, one of the pros of doing that as well, you change the tone in which you speak to yourself, which that was a huge theme, what I'm saying, with the first season, and that will have a positive effect on how you see the world around you. Your quality of life will dramatically increase. With my first podcast idea, I witnessed a lot of people change, a lot of people's lives change, what I'm saying, in what seemed overnight. Salute to OG Mako, JID, Sorry the Kid, Trans Lee, First. I could name Post Malone. I could name tons of other people, what I'm saying, that I've witnessed go from like a regular person to like a superstar, all because they took priority, what I'm saying, of their life. They took priority of their goals. They understood, what I'm saying, that I can't work the American dream. The American dream is not for me. What I'm saying? And when you think about it, we all have our own unique talents, our own unique gift, and all of these things, all of these jobs, all of these apps, all of these movements were created to keep us fucking distracted, what I'm saying, from being on top of our game. If we're gonna keep it a buck, all of this shit was a setup, bro, to keep us distracted, what I'm saying, from what's going on around you. And if you can look at the news, what I'm saying, because that's why I had to fucking put that shit down. Like, I had to take Apple News off my phone because it was draining every time I would read, what I'm saying, a different article about what's going on over here, what's going on over there. I like to stay, what I'm saying, current on what's going on in the world. But sometimes I gotta take a step back from that shit, because like I said at the beginning, my life is not perfect, what I'm saying. I'm nowhere close to where I want to be. And just like y'all, what I'm saying, I'm a work in progress. What I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta fucking preserve my energy, what I'm saying, to do other shit. And the last thing I need to be worried about is some shit that don't have nothing to do with me. This platform, it was created to give all ages hope that anything can be accomplished at any age. What I'm saying? No matter how old you are, before you can get started, fam, priorities come first. And that's even, what I'm saying, some shit I'm telling myself, because no matter what I want to do, bro, I gotta fucking have my ducks in a row before I start making moves. And also, when the moves start being made, the priorities keep me in check, what I'm saying, so I don't have to worry about, stepping out of line. Remember the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You prepare yourself by having a list of priorities, whether it's physical work or shadow work. What I'm saying? You go about what's important. Shadow work, meaning, working on yourself behind closed doors, bro, when ain't nobody looking. I can tell you all day that this shit is easy and it's easy. Anybody can do it, yada, yada, yada. But it's hard, what I'm saying, to make time when you got kids and they just always crying, always needed something. It's hard when you always trying to please everybody, what I'm saying, and you going here, you going over here, you putting all your energy into this, you putting all your energy into that, what I'm saying. Prioritizing helps calm all that down, what I'm saying. It helps you decide, what's important, what's not important, and it helps you, what I'm saying, preserve your energy and peace. Also, when you're doing the priorities, what I'm saying, it help you with your discipline, what I'm saying, sticking to the script, what I'm saying, trying not to let everything get to you, what I'm saying, help you stay focused on what's in front of you, what I'm saying, 1 foot at a time. Slow steps better than no steps, what I'm saying. Eventually, what I'm saying, you're gonna get there. As always, man, I like to appreciate y'all checking in with your boy. This is the first episode of season 2. I know I was all over the place, how I do, but it's for a good message, what I'm saying. Prioritizing your life is definitely, what I'm saying, life is definitely crazy, but when you prioritize and you keep everything in check, what I'm saying, you have that allotment for your energy. That way you don't burn yourself out over time. Life is all over the place right now, but this content was designed for times like this. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's much needed. Again, you know what I'm saying? Follow the Twitter campaign at _ the roll up, at Instagram the roll up. I'm gonna be working on some new blogs for y'all as well. Because keep it a bug with you, it's time I take my own advice. You know what I'm saying? It's time to put my all into this podcast. So I need everybody, you know what I'm saying, whether you listen to the whole thing, whether you listen to a snippet, you know what I'm saying, share this content with at least 5 people this week. You know what I'm saying? Let's make positive content go viral. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a cinnamon challenge. Fuck all these TikTok dances. You know what I'm saying? Let's make positive content go viral. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all share these episodes. Post them on your stories. It'll mean a lot to me. Y'all stay tuned for the merch. I don't know when that shit's coming. I'm gonna try not to buy another press and fuck that shit up myself. I was talking to a group of cats on my old Instagram. I gotta see if I can reach out to them because I haven't had that phone for like almost a month and a half, 2 months now. But as always, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate y'all fucking with your boy. It's your boy, it's Beezy. I'm out of here. Peace. See y'all next time.